Life rewards action, not intelligence. It's February already into the new year. Valentine's Day is right around the corner. You don't have a date. You said you was gonna lock in this year and do all of your goals. You said you was gonna do this, you was gonna do that, you was gonna do all these big things. This year is gonna be your year, and you still haven't done anything. The reason why you have not completed anything is because of the fact that you're just not ready. You're not focused and you're easily distracted. The reason why you haven't done any of your goals is because you are not structured. You don't have a program, you don't have a plan that you're sticking to. And so in this video, I'm going to be giving you the best tips on how to lock in this year and really dial in so that you can break through your plateaus and actually complete your goals. First one is to create SMART goals. SMART meaning specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals. SMART goals is the best method to use whenever you want to make short-term and long-term goals. So, for example, say if you want to bench 225 by July, or if you want to get a raise by the end of the next couple of pay periods, whatever the case may be for your situation. Okay, so we're gonna break down the acronym into separate parts. So first you have specific. Simple, just simply state what you want and you have to be specific about it. Whatever it is that you want, be specific and write it down as to far as what it is. Next is measurable. This is something that includes the progress that happens along the way. How far do you have to go? How deep do you have to deep in order for you to actually reach this within the certain amount of time that you have? Next is achievable. Is this goal realistic? Is it attainable? Do you actually see yourself attaining this goal within this time period? Next is relevant, R, which means that it has to make sense and it has to have a purpose of the goal within the time frame. There has to be a reason why you chose this goal. Why did you pick it? Why out of all things did you want to do this one specifically? And last but not least is time bound, meaning that this has to have a deadline. Every goal has to have a deadline so that way you can move on to the next one. You shouldn't be having not unless it is a long-term goal. A short-term goal realistically should not be taking that much relative to what your big term goal is. For example, if your long-term goal is somewhere maybe 5-10 years down the line, a short-term goal relative to that should maybe last probably no more than 2 years or maybe a year max. It all depends on you and what you want out of your life. But there has to be a deadline to it. So that way you can go on to the next goal. So you can further reach the big long-term goal that you truly want. Next tip that I have is to reward yourself for achieving your goals. And what I mean is that what you want to do is acknowledge your achievement. You want to take time to reflect on it. You don't want to drag it or bask in it. Just simply acknowledge the fact that you achieved what you achieved, and even sometimes what you can do is reward yourself by how you say, for example, let's say you're able to hit a new PR on your bench press. So when you're going out maybe for like a post-workout meal, instead of getting your usual protein or your usual workout meal that you would usually get, you can also add some other things onto it. You can say, instead of me getting the same plain and chicken and rice, what I can do is get chicken and rice and maybe add like a little smoothie onto it, whatever the case may be. Just a little small reward to where that it gives you a positive reinforcement and it encourages the behavior of you rewarding yourself because you put in the work, because of the progress that you're making. Next tip is to take action, meaning that take action. Simple as that. What you don't want to do is to be Mr. Think everything through, Mr. Overthink, and just not do anything. What you don't want to get stuck in an analysis paralysis, meaning that you're sitting there thinking and thinking and thinking, but you're not doing anything. It's like they say, reading all the books in the world isn't really going to help you if you don't actually put action towards it. If you can sit there and read about how to, you know, make the best cake there is, but if you don't actually put any test to it, if you don't give it any trial and error, then how do you know that your cake is going to be the best cake in the world? No one is going to do the work for you but you. Only you have to do the work. The most that people can do is guide you, give you suggestions along the way, and just help you, but they cannot do it for you. Next step is to track your progress. You track it by documenting it, recording yourself, writing it down, whatever the case may be. Get a journal, anything like that. Anything to help document your progress. Whether if it's you're going to the gym and you record yourself doing your sets, or if you write down your sets, with your PRs and things like that, whatever the case may be, just track it, document it, and write it down, record it, put it in like a safe file, or like some type of storage or whatever, so you know exactly what your progress looks like. Also as well, even say if you get some ideas, write them down as well too, or put them in your notes, put them in your phone. But you always want to keep tabs and just document the things and your progress. Next step is to avoid distractions. Now, a lot of guys really gonna take this to the extreme when you hear someone tell you to avoid distractions. This does not mean to go into monk mode and just cut off everything and everybody. No. We are human beings. We are social creatures. We need to interact with people, talk to our friends, talk to our family, and things like that. That does not mean to cut off family and friends. No. It simply means that cut off anything that is not related to your goals specifically. If you know that your goal is to try to hit 400 pounds on a squat by the end of December, why are you over here doing other leg exercises that's not directly correlated to that? If you know that you want to grow your glutes, do you really need to try to grow your calves? No. You see where I'm going with this. That's probably not the best analogy, but you see where I'm going. If you know that you specifically want to grow your glutes, then it doesn't make sense for you to be doing 5 exercises on trying to get bigger calves when you wanted your glutes in the first place. You see what I'm saying? And also, just as well, whether if it's your daily milestones that you have to hit, whether if it's your daily macros, your daily protein, daily quotas, whether if it's even if it's work related or even friends related, relationships related, family related, anything like that. If something does not have a direct correlation or it is also somewhat helpful to your goals, then you have to cut out those, eliminate them. Next step, this one is a little bit more nuanced, but this is something that I have had personal experience with that has helped me, is that you want to substitute your habits. What I mean is that we're all gonna have vices and things like that we're gonna indulge in, right? And you're going to be addicted. You're going to be addicted to something, right? So, but it's best to have a healthy addiction than an unhealthy addiction. What I mean is that if you know that you're addicted to candy, you love Laffy Taffy or Now and Laters or whatever the case may be, Jolly Ranchers and things like that. If you know you have a unhealthy addiction such as candy, you want to replace or substitute that addiction with something that is a healthy addiction. If you know you have a sweet tooth, if you want something sweet, there are fruits and stuff like that and other snacks as well that are more healthy than candy that you can substitute that for. For example, bananas. I love bananas. Bananas, they are not processed sugar, they are natural sugar. The bananas is something that you can definitely substitute for candy. They are sweet. There's other things like berries and things like that that are a healthier decision and still a good thing and still a good decision as well. Am I saying to completely cut out all candy and unhealthy stuff? I am not saying that at all. But it's best to mostly do them in moderation. If you're gonna eat candy, that's perfectly fine, but do it in moderation. You don't want to have an addiction to the point where candy is just ruining your health, and then maybe you get diabetes or whatever the case may be. That's what I'm saying. you should keep it in moderation. And so that has been it. That has been the video. Let me know if y'all like this video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. That's pretty much been it. It's your boy Sleepy Sage, and I'm out, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.